Hello, founders, aspiring entrepreneurs. Welcome back to the Indian startup community. Today, we'll be talking about growing sectors. These sectors are on the rise. Entrepreneurs, keep a lookout. If you're thinking of starting a company in the next 5 to 10 years, here's the uncomfortable truth. The biggest opportunities won't come from flashy apps, social platforms, or trend crashing ideas. They'll come from boring problems that the global system can no longer ignore. Since 2022, the world has changed. Interest rates are higher, capital is tighter, governments are interfering more, and supply chains are fragmented. Labor is expensive, and the venture funding is no longer throwing money at the growth for the sake of growth. So, where does that leave founders? It creates a very clear signal. The next wave of enduring startups will be built around infrastructure, productivity, and resilience, not novelty. Let's break down the sectors quietly rising right now. Manufacturing enablers. Not manufacturing itself, manufacturing is coming back, but not in the way people think. Founders don't need to build factories. Factories already exist. The real problem is that they are insufficient, inefficient, and fragmented and outdated. As production shifts from China to countries like India, Vietnam, and Mexico, factories are struggling with planning, maintenance, quality checks, and energy usage, and supplier coordination. Most of this still runs on spreadsheets and legacy software. Startups that help factories reduce downtime, predict failures, optimize energy use, or manage suppliers are seeing a strong demand. But why? Because even a 5% productivity gain means millions saved. These companies scale slower than consumer startups, but once they are inside operations, they are very hard to replace. Supply chain, logistics, and trade infrastructure. Global supply chains didn't collapse. They just became messy, regional, and compliance heavy. Trade routes are shifting, regulations are increasing, costs are volatile. And yet, many exporters still operate with poor visibility, manual custom paperwork, and unpredictable freight costs. This creates opportunities for startups that improve shipment tracking, automate compliance, verify suppliers, and streamline cross-border payments. These are not marketplaces, they are infrastructure businesses with recurring revenue and deep integration. If your product helps companies move goods faster, cheaper, or with fewer surprises, demand isn't going away anytime soon. Energy systems and industrial decarbonization. Energy is no longer just a climate conversation, it's a cost and reliability problem. Electricity demand from factories, data centers, and cities are rising faster than grid capacity. At the same time, regulation around emissions is tightening. For many industrial businesses, energy costs are 10 to 20% of the operating expenses. Even small efficiency improvements directly improve margin. Startups building energy management software, grid optimization tools, load forecasting systems, or carbon tracking tied to real operations are seeing a real traction. The winners here won't sell sustainability stories, they'll sell measurable savings and compliance readiness. Healthcare infrastructure and workforce enablement. Healthcare demand is rising everywhere, but the healthcare systems are under severe operational strain. There's a global shortage of healthcare workers. Scheduling is inefficient, billing is complex, equipment is underutilized. This creates space for startups that improve workforce scheduling, automate revenue cycles, optimize diagnostic usage, or simplify compliance reporting. Healthcare spending is non-discretionary. That makes these businesses more resilient during downturns. If you're building in healthcare, focus less on consumer apps and more on operations behind the scenes. Financial infrastructure for SMEs. Small and mid-sized businesses power economies, but they struggle with access to credit, trade finance, and risk management. Higher interest rates have made banks more selective, widening the financing gap. Startups that embed finance inside business software or enable invoice financing, manage compliance risk, or support cross-border trade are solving real pain points. These businesses benefit from regulation, data defensibility, and long-term customer relationships. This is slow money, but very, very sticky money. Enterprise software that saves money, not time. The era of software sold on engagement metrics is ending. Companies now want software that clearly reduces cost, improves throughput, and increases visibility. Manufacturing, logistics, healthcare, and construction are still massively under-digitalized. Vertical specific software that integrates deeply into workflows and deliver even 5 to 10% of productivity improvement can lock in long-term contracts. The key is simple. If your product shows return on investment clearly, customers stay. The next decade won't reward speed alone. It will reward founders who build for structural demand, regulatory reality, and operational pain. These sectors aren't trendy, they're durable. Manufacturing enablers, supply chain, energy systems, healthcare operations, and SME finance and productivity software are rising because the world is under strain, and founders who design for that strain instead of pretending it doesn't exist will build companies that last. If you're an entrepreneur looking for real opportunity, don't chase hype, chase pressure points. That's where the enduring value is built, and that is where the money lies.